Hello everyone, welcome to Linux Forensics here at Pentester Academy. In this video, we're going to go through that log information that we collected from our subject computer in a previous video. So recall the very first thing we did is we checked the date and time. And here we have the time that the command was sent, which of course matches the time reported here. Somewhat redundant in this case. Incidentally, it will report things like the time zone. So here it says Eastern Daylight Time. And if you wanted to get the offset from GMT in order to, for example, make sure that someone didn't alter it, you can use a date command for that. I'll leave that as an exercise to you to figure out. It's pretty easy. Look at the man page. Next, I run a uname-a command, and it returns and it says this system is running Linux. The machine is called Pentester Academy Linux. It's running a 3.16 kernel, and it's really Ubuntu 14.04.1, symmetric multi-processing, and it has an update date, architecture, 64-bit, and it is in fact new Linux, as you already knew. The next thing I look at here, I run an ifconfig-a. This tells me that this system has two wired interfaces. One of them looks like it's going out to the internet, and the other one is an internal network. Now, of course, we know because this is running in a virtual machine that this is our host-only network, and this is the NATed interface. Also a loopback interface, as you would expect. Now this next item here, this is your first red flag that something's going on. Why did netstat not return anything? That's one of those things that makes you go, I'm a little suspicious. And actually, if you run this directly on the machine, it will come up and then say killed. And the exact same thing happens when I list open files. So this should immediately make me suspicious that there might be something more to investigate here. Now, if I run my ps command, I will see that there are different programs being run. There's a bunch of stuff being run as root. And if you can get root access, of course, that's the ticket that most people are looking for. And it also makes it virtually impossible to find something that you've installed, just because root is running so many processes. Now, here is one clue, however. The processes that root is running normally have pretty low numbers. So if you see some high-numbered processes that are being run by root, it might be a cause for some suspicion. So here we can see that network manager's running, root seems to be running a whole bunch of things, and there's some user called Whoopsie that is running Whoopsie. And what else is running? Nobody is running a process. Okay. And let's see what else is running. Root is running light DM. Root is also running an X process. All right, and then I see that the user John is running quite a few processes as well. And let's see if we have anything that stands out as suspicious. I see a fairly high number process being run as root, which might be suspicious if root is not currently logged on. All right, so I could go through this a little bit more. Now here is my collection process, and this isn't terribly suspicious because I logged in as root. All right, here, notice that my second netstat is running, and this runs successfully. It doesn't get killed, as does my route command. So once again, I'm a little bit suspicious as to what might be going on. So looking a little further, I can see some installed modules. And if I want to drill down, I can look at each of these modules in turn. I can look at things like date timestamps, etc. And here's my disk free. Disk free reported what was mounted. And once again, notice that the mount command ended. And if you run it in a terminal window, it will come up and just say killed. So again, that's something that would make me possibly suspicious. I see that John is logged in a couple of times. That's not suspicious. But let's look at this. Okay, so John is logged in a couple of times, and the system was recently rebooted. So why? Why did the system reboot? Was it some malware? Was it something else? And then I see another suspicious item. I see a user, John, with 2 N's. Again, this makes me suspicious, but now I'm getting even more suspicious because the user lightdm has been logged in. So I have a slight misspelling of the user. I have something that shouldn't be logging in, and they've both logged in recently, and then the system was rebooted. So if I look further down, here's my Etsy password file. And I notice that lightdm is right here. And lightdm is not supposed to be able to log in. His shell is bin false. So I would say at this point, it looks rather likely that there's been some sort of incident. And here's a little further evidence to that fact. I see a new user, John with 2 N's, also listed as John Smith in an attempt to duplicate the other user. And check out this home directory, home/.john with 2 N's. So someone has created a new user and actually attempted to take that user and allow him to log in and give him his own home directory and have a hidden directory for his home directory. And here is the shadow file, which again, you might notice certain irregularities there. Here's my new user, John. The light DM user is here. And a lot of these users were originally marked as not being able to log in. And suddenly that's been changed. So I would say there's definitely been some sort of incident that has occurred. But that's all for this video. In a future video, we're going to start drilling down into this box and see if we can determine exactly what has happened. As a reminder, as always, if you're enjoying these videos here at Pentester Academy, please tell a friend. We'll see you soon.